Okay, hold still, Piplup. This shouldn't hurt. One of my favorite parts of the Pokemon series is shiny Pokemon. For those who do not know, shiny Pokemon are very rare versions of Pokemon with different coloration. There are tons of super cool shiny Pokemon. Charizard's charcoal black shiny is more famous than some non-shiny Pokemon. Magikarp has a stunning golden shiny version, and when it grows up into Gyarados, it gets a coat of brick red scales. And as if Greninja couldn't possibly be any cooler, its shiny is Night Black. Yep, there sure are a lot of cool shiny Pokemon. There's also a lot that are bad. Yeah, for every good shiny, there's probably like 5 that are either mid or awful. But since I know how to draw, I wanted to take some of my least favorite shiny Pokemon and recolor them. There's over 1,000 Pokemon. I won't be able to cover them all in this one video, so if you guys like this video, let me know and this could become a series. Before we start, I want to clarify some things. 1, I'm not fixing art. This isn't me trying to flex how good I am at coloring or anything, nor me trying to say the original artists were incompetent. This is just me drawing some Pokemon for fun. 2, this is just my opinion. If you like any of the shiny Pokemon I changed, that is completely fine. I don't even think all the Pokemon I changed in this list are half bad. And if you don't like any of my edits, that's also fine. I don't work for Pokemon and I never will. My art will never replace any pre-existing shiny. I'm just one of millions of video game YouTubers. 3, so my ideas won't be the most original. Making custom shiny Pokemon has existed for a long time. There's a great chance that I'll have an idea that someone else had years ago. I'll try to find and credit any artists who had similar ideas, but I can't say for certain that I'll find all of them. Like, thinking Leafeon should have autumn leaves shiny is a universal experience. 4, I don't have Photoshop, so I just traced images of Pokemon off Google. I'm not trying to pass the line art as my own. These are very famous Pokemon images. You should be able to find them. I'm sure you guys want me to hurry up and get to the shinies, so I'll make this quick. But first, let's review what makes a good Pokemon shiny. 1, it should look good. That seems obvious, but some shiny Pokemon have some of the ugliest colors. I don't like the highlighter yellow and inkjet magenta so many shiny Pokemon have. 2, it should look different from the normal version. The worst thing a shiny Pokemon can do is be indistinguishable from the normal version. Let's be honest, shiny Pokemon are just bragging rights. These things just exist to show off how much cooler your Pokemon are from their Pokemon. And how can I brag when people can't tell it's even shiny? 3, a shiny Pokemon should have a reason it's that color. Shiny Pokemon shouldn't just be pretty colors. The best shinies usually have a reason for being the color that they are. Applin shiny is green because there are green apples. Wooloo has a black shiny because of black sheep. I think you get the idea. And I guess 4 would be make sure you're able to catch the shiny Pokemon, but that doesn't apply to this video, so let's start the recoloring.
Who's that Pokemon?
Gengar is one of the most popular Pokemon of all time. Gengar first appeared in Generation 1 and has been in every game since. They've appeared in the anime, the movies, the spin-offs, and even on the Gen 1 boxes. As one of the most famous Pokemon ever, it has to have one of the most incredible shiny variants ever. Let's see it. I said let's see the shiny. What? Wait, what? This is the shiny? No, that's the normal one. What? It just looks like... What? It looks the same! Okay, jokes aside, this is still a horrible shiny. The only difference is that the purple is a little bit duller. That's nowhere near enough to make them distinct. This should be easy to come up with some recolors. Here is the normal Gengar, the official Gengar shiny, and starting off with my own, the first one I made was a white recolor with black eyes. Since Gengar is a ghost-type Pokemon, a white shiny was made to match the stereotypical cartoon ghost. A white Gengar shiny is not a new idea. Many people have come up with this, especially since a shiny Gengar's Mega Evolution is white. I gave him black eyes in my edit, but if you would prefer the red eyes to the original, I'm fine with that. For my second recolor, I made him Midnight Black. Again, not exactly an original idea on my part. Gengar is often associated with shadows. It used moves like Shadow Ball. There's a book called Gengar Shadow, And there was even an old fan theory that Gengar was Clefairy's shadow. I left the eyes red, but they would be fine with almost any color. For my third and final Gengar shiny, I have this orange one with yellow eyes. As you probably guessed, this is supposed to resemble a jack-o'-lantern. Being a ghost type, Gengar is often associated with Halloween, and orange is a very Halloween color. The yellow eyes also represent the light from inside the pumpkin. I love Gengar, so I hope these shinies did him justice. The shadow black one is my favorite. Here's the image that I traced. Moving on.
Who's that Pokémon?
Now, I don't know what my favorite Pokemon would be, but Garchomp is definitely a contender. It's like a mix of a hammerhead shark, dragon, and jet engine. Sharks are my favorite animal, so if any Pokemon looks vaguely shark-like, it's instantly one of my favorites. Despite coming out 3 generations after Gengar, Garchomp is nearly just as famous and beloved. I mean, they're part of one of the hardest boss fights in the whole series. But if I'm talking about them in this video, it has a disappointing shiny. Okay, let's see it. Oh, this again! Just like Gengar, Garchomp shiny is nearly indistinguishable from its normal version, and weirdly it got more similar as time went on. The difference is that the shiny is a duller grayish blue than the original standard version. Its Mega Evolution is a pinkish color, but I don't really like it either, but I don't particularly like Mega Garchomp anyway. With Garchomp having so many inspirations, it should be easy to come up with 3 colors. Here is the normal Garchomp. Here's the official shiny Garchomp. And the first recolor I made is a royal blue color. The reason for the blue is to better match the shinies of the previous evolutions. Also, blue is my favorite color. I mean, have you seen my background? The second recolor is a sandy brown. This is not only to pay tribute to Garchomp's ground type, that I always forget about, but also because many sharks have a similar brownish color. Sharks like the nurse shark, bamboo shark, sand tiger shark, whale sharks, and leopard sharks. The last and my favorite Garchomp recolor is this black and white one. Obviously, this is based off an Orca. Again, not a super original idea, but it's common for a reason. I made the claws and teeth a bit more yellow so it would stand out against the white parts of the body. They don't need to be yellow though, I would be fine with the standard white teeth of the original. There are hundreds of ways to make a better shiny Garchomp, so I hope these ideas were interesting for you guys. This is the one Pokemon out of all of them in this video that I would like to hear your ideas especially. Here's the image that I traced. Moving on.
Who's that Pokémon?
I could fix shiny Pokemon that look too similar to the original all day, but to get some variety, I won't do just those. You win this time, shiny Jigglypuff. As you saw in the intro, next up is Piplup. Piplup is another widely beloved Pokemon. As one of the starters in Gen 4, Piplup has been adored for years. I mean, they're so cute! How could you not love them? Let's see the shiny. Okay, this isn't horrible. Nowhere near as bad as the previous two, but gosh, is it underwhelming. I think they were trying to make it look like ice, but the colors are a bit too vibrant to make it work. Plus, Piplup isn't even ice type, which, yeah, I agree Piplup should be water ice type, but you're changing the subject, Pokemon. This shiny isn't good enough. Luckily, with how varied penguins are in real life, this should give us plenty of ideas for new shiny forms. Here's the normal Piplup, the official shiny Piplup, and starting off with my own, we have a dark blue and gray shiny. This is meant to look like a more realistic penguin. I know it's yet another black shiny, but I think it looks good and it's easily my favorite of the 3. Next up, we have an all-white shiny. It's made to represent a snowman and just snow in general, I guess. I also made the legs and beak a bit more orange, so it looks like a snowman's carrot. Plus the orange helps it stand out against the white better. I think this is a clearer execution of the original shiny. And lastly, we have a brown shiny. This is because king penguin chicks have brown feathers. Yeah, this one's not that good, I just needed to fill a 3rd slot. Again, Piplup doesn't have that bad of an official shiny, but I still think it would be super easy to improve. But Piplup is so cute that he would look good in any color. Here's the image that I traced. Moving on.
Who's that Pokémon?
Okay, I know Corphish isn't exactly the most popular Pokemon, but I think they're cool. Look at them, they're so stupid, I love them. You may not even remember it's shiny. Well, here it is. Ew, how do we go from like reddish orange to washed out purple? The reason I want to fix Corphish so bad is because if any animal in real life has shinies, it would be lobsters. Search any color followed by lobster and it probably exists. There are lobsters that are half orange and half black. It looks like Deathstroke. Here's the normal Corphish, the official Corphish shiny, and starting off with my own, the first Corphish shiny I made is this blackish green color. This is supposed to be a more realistic color of how lobsters look in real life. Again, another black shiny I know, but I think it looks cool. The second shiny is a royal blue color. Again, this is a reference to real life lobsters, specifically the rare blue lobsters. Plus, blue is the complementary color to orange, so it would stand out way more than the original shiny. I think this is my favorite, but that could just be my blue bias. The final new Corphish I made is another blue one, but now a soft crystal blue color. This is a reference to the extremely rare cotton candy lobsters. You may have seen one from this guy. Like, come on, this is a real life shiny. Corphish has endless possibilities for shiny forms, so again, I would love to hear what ideas you guys have for shiny variations. Corphish needs some time in the spotlight. Here's the image that I traced. Moving on.
Who's that Pokémon?
For the last Pokemon I wish to give some new shiny forms to, I choose you, Ursaring! Again, another more unpopular pick. This guy first popped up in Gen 2, which coincidentally was the first generation to introduce shiny Pokemon. So, I'll go easy on it since they were still learning how to make a good shiny. Let's see it. What the... Why is it green? It has nothing to do with bears or constellations. It's not even grass type or anything. Why green? With both bears and stars to go off, we should have plenty of ideas for shinies. I know I've said that about every Pokemon on this list. Here is the normal Ursaring, the official Ursaring shiny, and starting off with my own, the first new shiny I gave them was a much darker brown fur coating. Ursaring is based off the Asian black bear, so this shiny will help it better resemble its real-life counterpart. Of course, there are plenty of other bears that are black, and ironically for a Pokemon themed around the moon, this makes it look more like a sun bear. The second shiny is dark navy blue. This is because Ursaring is based off the Ursa Major constellation, so this color makes it look like the night sky. Also, I don't know if this is official, but Ursaring to me felt like it was based off a solar eclipse. Its previous evolution as a crescent moon, so I thought the ring represented the eclipse in full effect. This shiny's dark color makes it look much more like a solar eclipse. Again, there's no real proof that Ursaring was based off an eclipse, it's just a headcanon I have, but even if it's just a headcanon, the shiny still looks nice and it's my favorite of the three. The final shiny is colored yellow with white accents. The yellow color has many meanings, mostly to match Ursaring's connection with stars. The yellow can also look like one of those honey bear container things, and of course to look like Winnie the Pooh. I'm not married to the white accents, they could be whatever color you think fits. I'm not too upset about the green shiny, there are so many other bear Pokemon that pick up the slack. I was considering a white shiny to look like a polar bear, but there is already a polar bear Pokemon. But even the most forgettable Pokemon deserve nice shiny forms. Here's the image that I traced. That's all of the shiny variations I have for today. If this video does well, I'd love to make more. I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say about my art. Do you have any ideas for new shiny Pokemon? Are there any Pokemon you would like to see get better shinies? Am I wrong about any of these shiny forms and they're actually great? Let me know. Perhaps I could do recolors like making new Smash Alts or something. Let me know. Sorry this video took so long. I had to finish everything for the school year, but now I'm done, so videos will be coming out a lot more frequently. The next one, I already have most of the script finished, and I will be done way sooner than how long it took this one. Toodaloo!